Wow, it has been quite a night tonight, and I thank you all for spending your evening with us here this evening. So as you consider what you've heard this evening, remember, leadership is the act of leading an organization to achieve its goals and meet the needs of its citizens. It's about remaining fiscally responsible and delivering the most cost-effective services that we can afford. It's reaffirming that the city's policies on long-term debt is reasonable and is a prudent business response to the current and future city capital project needs. It's promoting economic growth and ensuring we maintain stable, diverse economy that will contribute to our community remaining resilient and vibrant, because steady growth supports stable and growing tax base that in turn supports development of a community infrastructure, programs and services which improve the overall quality of life for our residents. Supporting affordable housing, transit services, programs and services for our families, our children, the elderly, and those who are less fortunate. Fostering a cohesive team of councillors, remembering councillors will vote as they deem necessary, and this is a normal political process. There is seldom unanimous consent in any elected body. However, if you actually go through and count all the motions that were passed at City Council, over 80% of our motions were approved unanimously, implying we aren't as far apart as it may be perceived. Supporting investments in our community, ensuring we shape a healthy, balanced future to remain a community of choice in which to live, with diverse housing, schools, recreation, arts, culture, shopping, jobs, and delivering the programs and infrastructure that meet the needs of our citizens through proactive planning. Other candidates for mayor and council have raised the issues relative to these items, inferring that me as mayor and the outgoing council have not been focused on them. Well, nothing could be further from the truth. There is no problem with the level of our debt. City taxes are being managed very carefully, and with the cooperation, and if there had been cooperation, there would have been lower taxes this year. Our affordable housing has been increased and will continue to be a priority and will continue to encourage investment in this region. Our council has worked hard to grow our industrial, commercial, and residential development, and as your mayor, I will continue to do my part in this community. They're not our enemy, they are our friend, and without working collaboratively with these people, we won't have a Fort Saskatchewan. In closing, a lot of people have different ideas about what the mayor can do. And the fact is, the mayor is an individual who is an ambassador and an influencer. We work as a city council of the whole. We set the budgets together. We create and approve strategic direction for the city of Fort Saskatchewan. All of council does this, not just the mayor. An effective mayor listens to people. And that's why I have always been out at your events. And if you look at my Facebook page for the last number of years, I promote our businesses, I promote your birthdays, I promote your anniversaries. I am out there, I am serving 7 days a week, all hours of the day and night. And I've always committed, you can phone me anytime you want, email me, and I do get back to you. As your mayor, I have worked hard on many issues for our community, such as lobbying and advocating for the new seniors lodge, the new school, the improvements to our hospital, and especially the twinning of the Highway 15 and the bridge. And as I said before, council may not have control over these projects. They are achieved as a result of working collaboratively with our partners and having the opportunity to persuade them that Fort Saskatchewan is a priority in the province of Alberta. The mayor will be the next chair of Alberta's Industrial Heartland for the next 2 years. She will also be a member of the Capital Region Growth Management Board, and she will continue on the Intermunicipal Relations Committee as we work to conclude our boundary expansion. You need experience. You need a mayor who is committed to be focused on our community. I am that mayor. So on October 16th, I ask that you re-elect me, Mayor Gail Ketcher, to be your mayor for the next 4 years. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for taking the time to be engaged in our political process. Thank you for taking the time to ask questions. From a Northwest Mounted Police fort on the banks of the river in 1875 to the opening of the jail in 1915, from the industrial boom of Sheriff in the 50s to Dow Chemical's first plant in the 60s, there have come times in our city's history where we embraced change, where we embraced a new vision for the future. And because of those bold decisions, our city prospered. Tonight, we heard two different visions for what our city's future holds. When it comes to our taxes, we know the current leadership stance on tax increases every year for the past decade. I think we can find ways to keep taxes low and find efficiencies in our departments. When it came to major project overruns, we've heard about the current track record on record-breaking project overruns, and we have to find a way to rein those in. Policies and strategies we're proud of having put forward. When it came to good governance, we heard the current leadership talk about the C- rating, talk about a lack of council cohesion, and we know that the leadership starts from the top down. The time for excuses is over. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our chance. This is our opportunity to select a mayor who will work hard each and every day to ensure Fort Saskatchewan is successful not just today, but for our children and our grandchildren. To offer new thinking and fresh ideas instead of just more of the same from City Hall. To show that you can run fiscally responsible government while offering great programs and building needed infrastructure. I hope that on October 16th, you'll ask yourself one important question when it comes time to ask your ballot. Are you happy with the status quo on finances? Are you happy with a council that doesn't get along? Or do you think it's time for change? To take full advantage of our potential and to chart a bold new course for our great city. And if you feel as strongly as I do, that when it comes to a council that can't get along, we can do better. When it comes to a decade of increased spending that has gone past inflation and growth, we can do better. When it comes to our debt that's nearly tripled since 2010, we can do better. Because if the current leadership can fix it in their first 10 years in office, how are they going to fix it in the next 4? On October 16th, I hope you'll join our movement. Join us to bring change to City Hall. Join us to fix our finances. Join us to bring fresh leadership to the mayor's office. And help us spread our vision for the city. You've seen our plans and policies, plans and strategies that are longer and bigger than our opponents' entire platforms, and we're proud to share those with you throughout the hall after this debate. And person by person, street by street, neighborhood by neighborhood, if we spread this vision of positivity, this vision of responsive leadership that works with the residents to create a brighter future, not just for ourselves, but for our children and our grandchildren, then we will bring this change to this city, and a brighter day will come. God bless, and thank you all.
Well, I stand here tonight, I am so grateful that I am one of you. And as I stated in my introductory remarks, I will take many steps to improve how our city is operated. I will begin building a cohesive city council working beside and in unity with the council that is elected. I have not aligned myself in my campaign with any council candidates. I have not built a slate. I have done this purposely so that I can be completely neutral and fair when elected mayor. So often we talk about the needs and the wants of the people of the community from the city council and from the mayor's chair. But do we really know what our city wants? Do we really know what our senior citizens need? Do we really know what that single parent mother needs? Do we really know what that sports complex or that sports activity really needs? We have to listen. And I don't think it's enough that City Council can listen. They don't have enough ears. So my platform is to have town hall meetings where we can better engage with our citizens. And it's a huge step in this proposal to have what I term as town hall meetings in an informal atmosphere, in an atmosphere and an environment where people like you and I can come forward and speak to council and to the mayor and to guests on what their needs and desires are for the community, because who better than council or mayor, than the people themselves, know what they want and need. To ensure our fiscal sustainability, we need a holistic tax policy that increases revenues by increasing economic and population growth, especially in the downtown core. We don't have to be brilliant to understand this. If we got more economic growth, we don't have an increase of taxes. Well, the bottom line is important. We should not only focus on what this year's tax rate is, but we need to we need to be holistic, because of the economic development and diversity is so critical. We only need to look around at our industrial land, and I'm speaking here of an economic development company that came here in 2013, and our mayor said that it was a feather in our cap. Today, if we drive by Yanda, Canada, I wonder what happened to our feather in the cap. It looks like a feather in the wind. There's nothing there. There's no buildings. And this was an industry that promised in the paper that they came here for location, 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 and that they would employ at least 150 permanent jobs. Where are they? There doesn't seem to be a permanent building on site. I'm asking, where are they? I also believe that we need leadership that will be serious about revitalizing the downtown core. I have seen cities that have let the downtown core become nothing. And to resurrect that city again, that part of the city again, can be very costly. So we need to have a community sustainability plan and bring a post-secondary satellite campus to our city, to that side of the city. And it needs to be in a downtown core. And it brings a population growth. And I've never seen a city where we have students where it isn't viable. They have money, be it from a student loan, be it from them working extra jobs, but it will really help establish the downtown core again. Also, we need to seize the opportunities for attracting the most powerful industry that I know of that will impact everybody in the community. And that is attracting the film and television industry by establishing a local film commission. And I am just that woman to be able to do that, having been involved in such before. I believe that creating a better city for all of us means that we need to have a new policy approach in dealing with the provincial and federal governments. And believe me, I am not afraid to challenge the provincial government for more funding for our cities. Our municipalities do not have enough authority, and we need to challenge them for that. We've already discussed the water billing platform, and we need to discuss affordable housing. And we need to have empathy, and we need to understand that there are people on fixed incomes, and our families need more help from City Council and from our mayor. I also want to bring up a subject here that is very, very important to my heart. In 2013, on this very stage here, we were promised a vision from Mayor Ketcher for a women's shelter. I'm asking, where is that women's shelter? Where is the house for the children that are surfing from home to home? Where are they? I have put up many homeless women in my home and contributed financial money out of my personal pocket for these people. We need to do something for the less fortunate. So in closing, I invite you to read more about my platform in the coming days. And October 16th, I hope you will vote Judy Selland. And remember, I will remember you because I am one of you. Thank you.